this whole 2021, 2022 season. So, I mean, it was cool. I mean, I was super happy that I had all the supporters here. People were telling me they were going to be here, and I definitely heard them in the crowd just doing strides. So, I think they kind of moved us in that race.
What's the year in the pros now?
It feels very different, but it still feels like home at the same time. So, it's really nice to be back and, don't estimate the home crowd. It was really nice to come around and hear all my old teammates. So, yeah, it's surreal.
Athing, it's been a crazy, awesome weekend for Jersey girls here at the Penn Relays. What is it about the state that's, made such a special weekend?
I mean, just the Northeast in general, I think we always have super great athletes, and the Northeast is really big, but I think we all come together and we consider ourselves as one group. So as you can see, the stands were absolutely filled, and I think that's just people from coming all over, just supporting all the athletes coming and competing here in the country, especially those who I get are from the Northeast. So, I mean, it was just awesome.
Obviously, you got to race with Athing so many times now. What's your relationship like, and what was it like racing against her today?
Yeah, I mean, I've known her since I was in high school when I first stepped on the pro field, and she was always such a nice person. Anytime we step on the track, we're always friends first before competitors, and we definitely look out for one another off the track. So I think whenever we get on the track, it's just there's no hard feelings or anything. We're just out here to compete.
I think, could you talk about the race? It looked like about 150 to go. You a little gradually, but then you ran away from people down the stretch or pulled away. Was that your plan, or was it just see how the race unfolds and you'll do what you need to do?
Yeah, so in a field like this, where all the athletes are really incredible, we've all been at trials and things like that for whatever country we're running in, you kind of know that. You kind of know what athletes do, but at the same time, you never know how the race is going to go out. So I think just having it in my mind that I want to stick with whoever went out, whether it was me or someone else like Ajay did, and just stick on the shoulder if I don't get the lead, but not fight for it because I know it's going to be competitive throughout the whole race, and I didn't want to go out and make my move too early. And so I just wanted to, like you said, stay steady and move up gradually, and then when I knew I had enough to go to the finish line, just take it over from there.
Yeah, and generally for all three of you, what was it about Penn Relays that made you want to come and compete here today?
Well, I have been coming to the Penn Relays since I was in high school, and as you can see, the Jamaican crowd is here. They always came out and supported us when I was running in Manchester High School, and I was a professional. I think this is my second time as a professional and third time running here, and I am so excited about the crowd, especially that it's warm today. Probably if it was cold, I would probably be a little bit miserable, but just the atmosphere itself and running in this, because I would say this is a famous track because not everywhere in the US you go and have such a big crowd when you race. I'm used to big crowds because of boys and girls champs, and this is the biggest crowd apart from nationals when it's in Eugene. This is the biggest crowd you can get here in the US, and looking forward to World Championships. So just having those persons cheering you on, even if they don't know you, just out there, running, because when they call out Athing name on the line, every Jamaican cheer for her. So we're not selfish, we share, we share. So, and it was great, running with Athing. I think this is our second time since she's a professional run together, Olympics and then this. So I'm looking forward for more meets competing with her, and Nia, of course.
I think, again, I came to this meet plenty of times with my coach, and it was always an exciting event. Jamaica, I always thought it was Jamaica versus USA, back in the day, but it's close to home, and being in college the past year, I didn't really get a lot of races that were up north, so I knew this year, after having such an incredible season last year and having those supporters from Jersey support me throughout the whole year, and not even being near home, I just knew it would be definitely a special gift for them, and of course, the field was amazing, so I wouldn't lose anything coming out here and competing.
Sorry, excuse my track hack, just hold on. This is my first time back since graduating in 2020, so I wasn't going to miss the opportunity to, be back and see the team and everything. It's like a reunion for us, which is really nice, and like for one weekend, everyone gets to see how special it is here. So yeah, I love being here.
Sean Garrity for TRTCN Track Alerts. This is questions for Natoya. Yes, it's not USA versus the world. But what was your approach to this race, and what were you hoping to learn from it in your preparation for this year's nationals and meets beyond?
Normally when I go out and I race, sometimes I would either panic while in the race, moving too early. So today I told myself, just stay relaxed and just kick when you have to kick, and that's what I did today. Sometimes in the race I wasn't able to turn over the way I wanted to turn over because you can never predict when you're running. So I just, still stay there and not try to panic or anything like that. And the results, I ran 1:24.0. I did faster running on the road, but I know that I definitely have more in the tank, and I'm just grateful that I was able to finish because this is, I think, apart from last week when I raced, this is my second time competing for the season, and I'm just really impressed with what I did today.
Athing, did you run it more like a 4 or an 8?
I ran it like a 600. It definitely wasn't a 4. I don't even know what we went out, but it wasn't 50.49, so definitely it wasn't a 4. Running a 6, you definitely have to leave something in your tank to come home that last 2 because that first 4 is pretty fast. So I would say I ran like 600.
I think our first 200 was more 800. Because my coach was like, it's too slow.
Hi Leah, welcome back to Penn. So all 3 of us are from the Navy Pennsylvanian. Really good to have you back here. I just wanted to ask, you mentioned being around the team again, a whole reunion, but for the team this year, it seems like only the seniors have had the experience of the relay so far. So how would you rate their kind of job in relaying this tradition down to the underclassmen? How do you rate the varsity team overall?
I mean, just being here and just soaking up the atmosphere and just sharing with everybody how great the Penn relays are. I think even the freshmen kind of come here with that pride and it's palpable. So just being themselves is how they carry on the tradition. Yeah.
Just one, Natoya, you said, so this is your second race of the season?
Yeah,
Did
basically.
you open with an 8?
No, I ran the 400 last week and a 4x4, so there's 3 races so far, but they don't really count 4x4.
And then the thing, this is your second 6, is that right? You did the one in Tempe. You had the 8 at the Johnson meet last week, that was your first 8
Yes.
outdoors? And then 2 4x4 anchorlets. Is that the summation of what you've done so far?
Yeah, I've also run open 4 as well.
Oh, an open 4.
Before the.
Where was that?
Really.
Do you remember?
What was it?
I'll look it up.
I have no idea.
Okay.
Oh, it was A&M. Oh yeah, it was really windy. It was slow.
I think I know you mentioned that because you did miles and stuff indoors, you're going to do more speed stuff. What are your race plans moving forward? Do you think you're going to run more 4s or more 8s before trials?
So this month has been pretty packed with even 400s and 4x4s and just me racing in general. We're kind of just going to lay it low until I run the 8 at Prefontaine. Just practice. I think, we don't want to do too much, so from here on I'm just going to get ready for the 8 coming up at the end of May.
Do you think you'll run a 4 to that this season at all?
I'm not really sure. That I don't think it won't happen. It probably will happen, but I don't know. Just as of right now, I'm just getting ready for the 8.
All right, last question.
Natoya, none of us were really quite sure how it was going to feel coming back. Does it feel like it used to?
Definitely. Just, seeing the crowd. And when you're there racing and you hear the cheers, it really felt like I was back in high school when the 4x8 and the 4x4. It's a really great atmosphere. I missed coming Penn because whenever my Clemson is coming to Penn, I'm either racing somewhere. I'm like, Coach, am I going to Penn? That's one place I want to go. Every year I'm like, Coach, am I coming to Penn even if I'm coming with Clemson? And he was like, yeah. And then when Penn time, I'm at racing somewhere, 400 or something. So this year I'm glad, and I hope the organizers will bring back the 600 next year, so that I can be at Penn again. Okay, I want to come back. I missed it.
All right, congratulations, ladies. It was a great race. We hope to see you back next year. That's all we have for press conferences today.
Thank you.
You guys are coming out great.